Finding contractors are tricky. And I've had some pretty rough experiences with contractors, and I spent 20-some years building homes. Good communication is very important for all aspects of the work that you want to have done. I've made the mistakes of hiring the first person that shows up, and sometimes they work out, sometimes they just go drastically wrong. When I was renovating an apartment building in Mount Auburn, and this is going back 25 years. Guy followed my advertising. He was a painter. Said he was a painter. Showed up. He said, "What do you want painted?" I said, "Paint it all, please." Come back a short period later, and he had painted everything. He had painted the walls, the cabinets, the phone on the wall. He'd done exactly what I had said. Painted the dishwasher. Painted the countertops, and he did it pretty quickly. And when I came back in, I was so shocked. I couldn't be mad. He did exactly what he was asked to do. He was very proud of himself. If I'd been more specific, he probably would have done a decent job just painting the walls and not painting everything else. So part of that breaks down to a little bit of information about who you're hiring, a little bit of communication from you to what your expectations are. So if you just brush your hand over it and say, "Yeah, I want my kitchen done," you're not specific about how you use your kitchen, what's going into your kitchen. You may come out with something that is, new kitchen, but not totally functional to you. The devil's in the details, and making sure that you have that open line of communication, good rapport, good back and forth with your contractor, and then get out of their way. So we're careful about the people that we put on a list to hand over to our clients, our friends, our neighbors, somebody that asks for a tradesman to do X, Y, and Z. Online reviews are very tricky. When you talk about some of the online reviews for contractors, restaurants, suppliers, sometimes they pay for those reviews, or they say, hey, they turn around to their employees or their friends and they say, "Hey Bob, do you mind getting onto our website and writing out a review?" Bob's never been there. Bob's never utilized them, but he writes out a stellar review. A good contractor is going to have a breakdown of how you are going to pay them. For reference, for my kitchen being done, he's given me a payment schedule based on completion. He's doing 25%, 25%, 25% finish. Was that 5 or 425? Well, he's given me a schedule of 4 payments. He wants 25% before he shows up. It's already been paid. He is going to ask for 25% after everything's been torn out and the floors have been finished. And then he's going to, at the install of the cabinets, he'll do another 25%. And then when he's done, he'll ask for the final payment. It's important to understand that you have a reference for what you're paying for when things happen. Maybe there was additional work that came out and your contractor turns around and says, "Look, there's a lot more to this than we agreed to. I'm going to need some additional funding." They've got bills to pay. If they're doing the work, they should be paid. The time management with contractors is another important piece of who you're going to work with. Somebody's going to say, "Hey, you know what, Doug, I'm 60% the way to my next draw, but I need money today. I'm going to take off and go do a couple jobs somewhere else where I think I can get paid right away," and leave me there wondering, where's my contractor? Why is he not here? Why am I on hold? And he said this job was going to be done in 12 weeks. I think when you talk about references and finding good contractors, my favorite is from friends that have had work done and they're happy. Other resources, if you go to a couple of the supply houses, a local plumbing supplier, local lumber yard, the building department. call the building department. Who's the inspector for my neighborhood? Hey, can I take a minute of your time? I'm having some work done, and are there any contractors that you're familiar with that you can give me their contacts for? Initially, with building inspectors, they might say, we're really not allowed to do that. And you say, okay, I understand, but they tend to be very helpful. But they're very careful about saying, look, that's not our job, and we don't want to get in the way of somebody that is, we can't play favorites. But we do see this person doing very good work. I recommend to my people that ask, get 3 quotes, getting the lowest bid, careful what you wish for. You can revert to the kitchen that I had painted, where I had a guy show up who it's 25 years ago, so I can't recall what I was offering or he agreed to. It was probably pretty cheap. I got what I asked for, painted everything, but so far, my contractor has been very detailed with, here's what I'm gonna do, here's what's left open, these are gonna be add-ons as we go through it. We're gonna start on this date, your cabinets are delivered here. And I really appreciate the clear and concise details about the communication and his transparency, and here's how I make money, here's how I get paid, here's what we have left open to decide on as we're working through the process. And you're going to be responsible for these expenses as they come.